Hey guys, it's me, Jess, and welcome to another video. This video is going to be kind of different, as you can obviously tell. We are at the St. Louis, Missouri outlet. It's the Goodwill outlet, aka the bins. This video is being recorded using my Ray-Ban sunglasses / glasses. It's similar to the GoPro, except they are not strapped to my chest. They are on my head. In this video, I will be finding some good pieces and then some bad pieces. And of course, slapping those comps on the screen, that is gross. You see that. And showing you guys what things are selling for and hopefully what I'll be able to get for them as well. But we're just going to dig through these bins right here. And in this bin, I obviously am not finding any gems yet. But in the next bin, we find a pretty good piece, so let's go there. One thing I like to do at the bins is find kid stuff to take to Once Upon a Child. It is super cheap and super lightweight. I found that Columbia jacket and was debating on taking it to Once Upon a Child, but last time I took a Columbia jacket in, they did not take it. Therefore, I just threw it back. And as you notice, I do not wear gloves in the bins because I do like to feel fabrics. Another thing I like to look at is new tag items, and this one I was not familiar with, but then when I looked at where the button snapped in the crotch area, it was yellow, so definitely threw that one back. And then I came across this sweater that kind of piqued my interest. I had never heard of this brand before, but it was a brand new with tags as well. But then I saw that there was a couple little snags on it. I was looking at it closely because I thought, oh, well, you know, you can just snip those off sometimes. But this one, it had a few more snags than I would have liked. I was still debating on it here, but then I saw the snags on the sleeves and I just didn't want to deal with it. Plus, summer is right around the corner, so trying not to pick up any sweaters. Along with not needing sweaters, I don't need jackets either. That was Old Navy, so definitely passed on that one. And if you've never been to the bins, this is really how it is. You'll pass by so many items. It is pay by the pound. There was some commotion over there. I had to check it out. But it's just, those brands are not worth it for me personally to resell. This year, I really want to try to find items that will bring me at least $30 in profit. So I came across these jeans, and I've never heard of this brand before, but they were super unique. It is GS115. And I thought, I don't know if those were stains or paint stains that somebody put there or if they were manufactured that way. So of course, when you don't know what you're looking at, you do tend to look things up. I was looking this up on eBay and was very sad to see that these were not going for as much as I would hope. So I definitely had to throw those ones back. And this part is funny because I did make a TikTok on this little clip right here where I was searching and I said I'd been here 5 minutes and already my friend Lulu had found so much stuff. That is actually her cart in front of me, but it's just so funny to see people's carts just heaped up high with items to resell online. And I believe she did throw a lot of it back because it wasn't worth her time. So here I found a J. Jill, but I wasn't going to sell that one by itself. But then I found another J. Jill, and I was like, I should probably lot these together if they're the same size. Unfortunately, they weren't. But then I came across a third J. Jill, and I believe it is the same size as just one of them. So I was going to pick them up, but eventually I did end up throwing them back. Because when I did check them over, the seam on one of them was coming loose. So there was no point in getting just one. And now I am searching through another bin to see what I can find. And I found Matilda Jane. And sometimes I pick up Matilda Jane and sometimes I don't. But this one did have a few little nicks on the side. And I was like, I could sweater shave those. But do I want to take the time? So of course I'm going to look this up to see if it is worth my time and also just worth picking up in general. So I do check Poshmark comps on this one. I did find one that's similar to it that sold for $13, and then I did actually find the exact one that I had in my hand that sold for $16. So of course the comps were just not there, so I left that one. Usually when I go to the bins, I first hit the shoe section And then I want to search for either denim jeans, dresses, or athletic wear. So those are the type of items that I'm looking for that usually sell for a lot for me. So Beta brand is kind of hit or miss for me more recently. It has gone downhill, I believe. But the comps for this were looking really good. So I went ahead and stuck this in my cart so I could resell it, obviously. And then I came across a bread and butter brand for me that typically sells really fast. These Tommy Bahama pants. I love selling Tommy Bahama just because of the sell-through rate and that it sells so quickly. This one had actually been at my Goodwill that I typically go to, so I'm surprised I didn't see those within that month that it was there. Hilarious. I found some Wrangler pants. I don't pick up Wrangler. I do pick it up for my husband if it's in good shape, but it's so funny because I will find a Wrangler piece here in a minute and you guys will probably laugh at me because I do pick it up. But I am just searching, and I always search to the bottom of the bins because a lot of people just skim the top and skip over the bottom, and there are a lot of good stuff is at the bottom is what I find typically. So here we go. I am going to find this Wrangler piece. It is a fun little red piece, and I see a lot of the men resellers say that Wrangler is always a pickup, like the pearl snap button downs. So I just took a chance on this, and I do love selling men's stuff because men don't ask questions or they don't really lowball you. So I'm gonna give that one a shot. All right, the piece that is coming up, I was so excited for. If you can tell, it is a Tory Burch. This is a designer brand, but sadly the comps on this were not that great. Actually, this is a one that is selling right now, and it's so funny because again, this was at my store for $6.10. I can't believe I would have missed that because I go to my store at least once a week. So I don't know. I do think with the right photos and the right keywords, I will be able to sell that one for a higher price than what it was listed for by that other person. So here I am searching, and I do find a dress. It is a high-low dress, and it is by Torrid. So I don't typically pick up Torrid, but being that spring and summer are right around the corner, and being that it was more of a high-low dress, maxi length, I did take this one, and I don't have a lot of clothes in this haul, so I was like, I need something. So this dress was a yes for me, and here is the prices of my Goodwill. So I'm curious if you guys want to comment what the prices are at your Goodwill. I did go through the shoes. I'm checking out the shoes that I did pick up. These are some Vionics. Vionics usually sell super fast for me. I'm just checking to make sure they're not cracking. They're not super flimsy. They did have a little bit of paint on them, but that's no big deal. I'll get that off when I get home. And then I found some On Clouds. I was so excited, and they're so cute because they were blue, but then I looked at the heels, and that is definitely a negative for me on both of them. So I had to throw those back. And then I came across these little tiny Doc Martens. They're so cute. They weren't in that bad of shape, so I was surprised that nobody had grabbed them before me. They did sell on OfferUp and on the Curtsy app for around $60. So I'm pretty confident that I will be able to sell these once I... Does anyone else get super excited when they find Uggs? Well, these are pretty gross and highly damaged, and they're just flip-flops, and it looks like they were selling brand new for $18. So definitely not within the price range that I would like to see. So found some more Doc Martens. I was excited for these. They're lightweight, so it made me a little bit confused, and I was afraid maybe they're fake, but I did check them out. They are a good size, so not worried about that. But I did want to go ahead and run comps on this one. I did find one super cheap on eBay, and they were marked at $30, but they are a size 6. So definitely look at sizes when looking up comps. These are still for sale. I couldn't find any that were sold, but that doesn't mean that they can't sell. So I did find these on, I believe it's Poshmark. Yes, they are listed on Poshmark for $90. Again, these aren't sold comps, but I believe with the right pictures again and the right keywords, that I will be able to sell these maybe for around $50 or $60. Now these are super fun. I got these home and they actually flip out into like real skater shoes, like retro skates. So I was super excited because these look brand new. I'm turning it like I know what I'm doing. You actually just pushed the back. But I did take a picture of it so I could use Google Lens, and I did find that there were a few on here. It was hard to find the exact ones because some didn't have the logo on them, but I did find it on a website that I'm not familiar with. I'm not sure that this is the best place to check comps, but they were listed for $154 on this site, and it did look like some sizes were sold out. So I took a gamble on this one. They were really heavy, so they bring my total up. I was really sad that I only found a single for these Everlanes. They sell between 45 to 90. And so I made myself go back because I saw that someone had thrown back a bunch of shoes. I found this Peter Rabbit and I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Easter's coming up. But no, focus on shoes, Jess. And then I found some Birkenstocks that were ripped and I found the match. But I knew I wasn't going to take them because they were destroyed. And then I found the Everlane. I am so excited, you guys. I have never found a single before, except I had to like flip for one, which is another story. But I was super excited about this. It's a great way to end the trip. I spent a little under $25. I hope you guys enjoyed this trip. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.